Do you know that there are food processing habits that daily drains up your profit above the increment rate of raw material prices in the market? Do you earn less from your food business far beyond your projection? Do you struggle to buy raw materials after each production cycle, or even struggle to pay your workers at the end of the month? If your answer to any of these questions is yes, then watch this video. This video is an eye-opener that will help you detect all dangerous zones in your food business that unknowingly drains up your profit instead of smiling to the bank. I was once a victim and was busy moving within a circle for a longer period of time. You can learn from my experience. Remember, it is your sole responsibility to make it right. And if you wanna hear me out, hit the like button. Let's begin immediately. Five poor baking habits that drains up your profits. Number 1, poor record keeping. Yes, you heard me right. Carelessness in record keeping in your pastry or snack business is more dangerous than a killer disease. Do you know that keeping a good record of your raw materials at any point in time helps you to monitor the attitude of your workers, especially when you are not around? Record keeping is a lifesaver that helps you detect all irregularities in and outside your production line. If you don't keep a good record, your workers might be manipulating your profits through stealing, especially when you do not have a CCTV camera. I was once a victim of a huge loss of profit due to this poor record keeping attitude, and was busy blaming the high cost of raw material until I learned the biggest lesson of my life from one of my most dedicated apprentices called Peter. Peter was my production manager and will always begin production with other workers by 3 a.m. every day. And as a production manager, he was in charge of the measurement of all ingredients into recipes for all our daily productions and products. I already tested and trusted him, and to me there was no longer need for him to be checkmated till I come to work by 6 a.m. When I come, everything are usually in order. By that 6 a.m., over 60% of all our products for the day has been produced. As customers are already stopping by to purchase our mouth-watering snacks for their breakfasts. What Peter normally does is to overmeasure our ingredient recipes and then produce the snack more than the required quantity. Most times he will sell out the snacks first and put the money in his pocket even before I comes to work. Other workers noticed the attitude but did not bother to tell me. Perhaps it was a gang up, and I knew that something is going wrong somewhere, but I cannot figure it out. Sometimes I question the rate at which our raw materials get exhausted but still do not have a proof. Most times I keep praising him, and I will even go as far as buying him a gift in order to appreciate him for his positive effort towards the success of my business, not knowing that he is the chief architect of my downfall. This problem continued as I was losing profit without a trace. By the end of the month, I was moving within a circle because I will only manage to pay my workers after the purchase of raw material, while Peter was crookedly making extra income in addition to the monthly salary I pay to him. One day I was led, perhaps by the Spirit of God, to discover where he hides the snacks behind an empty containers in our storeroom. I was surprised. In fact, I couldn't believe it because I never anticipated or expected that such fraudulent act has been going on within my production room. This is because at every point in time, of my supervision, our snacks are usually complete, including that day that same snack was discovered. So where were these extra snacks coming out from? You see, this simple problem that lingered for months would have just been averted by keeping a good record. From that day, it becomes a norm in my shop to record the weight of the ingredients going out for production and the remnant ingredients in the store, alongside with date and time. And from that day, the issue of theft in my shop becomes a bygone. I hope this experience of mine inspires you to do the needful. It actually takes little or no time at all to keep the record. The record keeping will save you your profits, and it is a good managerial skill. So learn from my story. The second bad habit that stops you from maximizing your profit is the use of default recipe. Yes, a default recipe is unadjusted recipe. Just because you obtain a recipe from me or any other place is not a reason for you not to adjust it to suit your profit earnings and maximization. The truth is that what works for me may not work for you. So you need to creatively adjust the recipe to suit your purpose. You can cut out unnecessary ingredients that will not significantly affect the quality of that product in order to maximize profit. Can as well add in some key and secret ingredients that will retain your customers and keep them coming to buy that product. You should know the difference between recipes made for home use and commercial-based recipes. Commercially speaking, you can use softener in place of egg. You can use milk flavor instead of milk. You can combine baking soda and baking powder for a better rising effect. Use white vinegar for a rich and mouth-melting texture instead of condensed milk. Get creative. Try out new things. Improve on the already existing product of yours so that you can spend less on raw materials and maximize your profit earnings. I tell you, the sky will be your starting point. Is that understood? Good. Habits number 3. Smallness mindset. Hear this. Smallness is a mentality. It is a game of the mind, not money. If you have never thought of producing a whole bag of flour on a daily basis, I tell you, you will never get there. You need to grow because it becomes easier and better when you grow. The higher you grow, the more money you make. So wake up, go out for wider new range of customers who will love your products while you are still supplying the already existing customers consistently. You can build your capacity in order to accommodate the new ones. And don't forget to employ more hands if need be, and by so doing, you will definitely generate more profits. Habits number 4. Poor scaling and measurement habits. Most of you listening to me don't even have a measuring scale, not to talk of measurement itself. If only you know what you are losing on a daily basis. There are 2 major types of measurements: qualitative measurement and quantitative measurement. Qualitative measurement has to do with measurement of ingredients into recipes for a quality product, while quantitative measurements has to do with the net weight and size of your product. There is always a cost implication when you undermeasure or overmeasure your recipe and your product. That is why you must get serious with the accurate measurement of all your products. This poor habit drastically drain your profit to stupor unknowingly to you. So get a scale, and preferably a digital scale. Is that understood? Finally, habit number 5. Low production skill. Production time is tactical. It is a time to work with your brain and save time because time is money. During production, you should have and exhibit a multitasking skill. It is not a time of joking, dancing, visitation, or playing. Do many things carefully at the same time. For instance, you can start by mixing up your donuts. While it is rising, begin to fry your fish roll. And while the fish roll is frying, you can begin to wrap your small chops. Be fast and productive so that you can meet up always with your customers' demand. For you know that most orders with customers comes with timing. If your production skill is very low, you will not meet up and you will lose both the customers and the money at the same time. Please be time conscious. Always make use of every facilities available to meet up with time. Plan yourself and your time. If the demand is too much, you can employ more hands. Otherwise, take the one you can be able to handle. You can also decide to prepare all your fillings and stock them in the fridge ahead of time. And by so doing, you will shorten your production time as you begin to meet up with your customers' demand. If you can drop these 5 negative habits and embrace the positive one as explained in this video, I tell you, you will be making a huge profit even in the face of a high cost of material. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to this channel if you have not done so. Don't forget to like this video for others to see. See you in the next one. Bye for now.